So, of course, I needed to jump out of some of the normal topics we do on this channel, like sports and hip hop and rap and all that kind of stuff. And I decided that I should probably jump into politics. Yes, politics. So, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Now, before I get into this video, I would first like to state that me and Mr. DeSantis are in no way affiliated at all. I'm not dude's campaign manager. I've never seen the guy in my life. I've never met him. The only thing that I have in common with them is that we've both been to Florida. I'll be honest with you. But that's pretty much the gist of it. I am in no way related or correlated with Ron DeSantis, so don't think I am. But the bottom line is that this guy's done some questionable things ever since he's been the governor of Florida. But of course, before I get into this full video, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notification because help me out a little bit. And without further ado, let's get right into this video. Now, first, a little bit of fun facts. Who in the world is Mr. Ron DeSantis? He is the 46th governor of Florida. He was once a representative of Florida. He is 44 years old, born in Jacksonville, Florida. He is a prominent member of the Republican Party, and respectfully has graduated from Harvard and Yale. So the dude is not a fool, and he's also pretty brave. He served in the U.S. Navy for a short period of time, so thank you for your service, Mr. DeSantis. All due respect. Now, let's get this clear. What exactly has Ron DeSantis done? Now, a ton of people, including me, don't quite see eye to eye with Mr. DeSantis. And can you blame me? After these facts and after what you hear, I don't think you can blame me or any other people who don't see eye to eye with this man. Now, of course, number one, he is not for gun control at all. He signed a bill that allows people to carry guns in the state of Florida while concealing, and they do not need a license to conceal and carry. Now, it's easy to see how this can become a major issue. First of all, you're in Florida. There are some very dangerous parts of some major cities in Florida, Miami being one, where everybody has a gun, everybody has a weapon, everybody has a knife. In 2023 alone, there have been over 131 mass shootings where 4 or more people have been wounded or killed. In 2018, the Douglas High School shooting in Florida claimed the lives of 17 innocent students and staff. And Florida is also ranked the 3rd most violent state by wisevoter.com with 2,087 homicides and a gun death rate of 13.2 per 100K people. And as you can see, violence has become a huge issue in the state of Florida. And with this new law, I can't necessarily see things getting any better now that people can conceal and carry without a license, by the way. Let's just say it ain't looking too good. And add on the fact that the National Rifle Association even gave Mr. Ron DeSantis an A+. The National Rifle Association gave a state governor an A+. I have no comments for stuff like that. Now, of course, going to number 2 is straight up educational racism. Now, Mr. DeSantis has put a supreme and superb effort to ban the teachings of African American history in public schools. He signed a bill that no longer permits public colleges to spend money on diversity and efforts to increase diversity. He also put up a very, very big effort to ban critical race theory and the teaching of critical race theory in schools. In the state of Georgia, they can't teach that. I just graduated from high school recently, so yeah, congratulations to all the graduates out there. 2023, we're all going to do great things. It's me, Bronny, and a whole bunch of other people who are graduating in 2023. But the bottom line is that you can't teach critical race theory here in Georgia. Now, Mr. DeSantis is trying not to have that in Florida as well. Now, it seems like an effort to keep most of the minority population of Florida lost, uneducated, and uninformed when it comes to their culture, which I believe this American system has done to a lot of us. They've kept us uneducated. They've kept us uninformed. They don't want us to find out about our culture, and it seems like a pretty superb effort by Mr. DeSantis to do the same thing. It is so bad that the NAACP has even issued a travel advisory for the entire state of Florida because Florida is getting very, very hostile towards African Americans. And after looking at their government actions, it's hard to see that the NAACP is wrong. Now, going to number 3, another very debatable topic. Mr. DeSantis is not a fan of immigrants at all. Now, while it may be hard to see considering that Florida is the state with some of the most immigrants in the U.S., Past history indicates that DeSantis is not for immigration at all. He criticized Barack Obama for not enforcing immigration laws, or at least harder immigration laws, during his presidency. In 2015, he co-sponsored Kate's Law, which increased penalties for immigrants who unlawfully enter the United States after being removed. He recently even signed a law that requires employers with more than 25 employees to check their immigration status using a federal database, and the law also invalidates out-of-state identification cards like driver's licenses. Of course, a Latino advocacy group has recently also issued a travel advisory for the state of Florida, as these new laws once again can promote some hostile acts. So, yeah, not too great. It seems like the state of Florida just doesn't like anybody, and it's a shame, because I love Florida. I love the beach. I love Miami. You could call my parents, you call my girlfriend in here, they'll be like, Michael wants to live in Florida. He loves Miami. He loves Tampa. He loves Duval County. He loves Jacksonville. And to see that Florida's doing all this stuff and seemingly not wanting anybody in the state is it's definitely quite heartbreaking to me. But what is wrong with him imposing harder immigration laws? And I can see why somebody looking from the outside in could say, well, Micah, that's a good thing. We won't have any illegal immigrants entering the United States. But it's kind of, at the same time, it's kind of targeted, right? Because you see a lot of these immigration laws targeted towards the Latino, Latina, and kind of that Mexican Hispanic population sort of south of the United States. But people ignore the fact that illegal immigrants come from Canada, they come from these islands, they come from Europe, they come from Asia. Illegal immigrants come from everywhere. And I think I think trying to stop people from illegally coming to the United States may be a good thing, but I believe targeting the Latino community to the point where they have to issue travel advisories for an entire state is absolutely ridiculous, and it's really disgusting. It's almost blatant racism at this point. So if you're going to stop illegal immigration, stop everybody, not just one population. I think that's most people's issue with what's going on with immigration laws. You're focused on one population. Everybody from everywhere immigrates illegally in a whole bunch of different countries. It's not only the southern part of the United States that does this. It's not only one group that participates in illegal immigration. It's everybody. Everybody does it. Everybody sneaks in. Everybody can get a fake ID. So I just think that if you're going to enforce these laws, you need to enforce them fairly and for everybody. And in the United States, they are not enforced fairly and for everybody. So that's where I stand on that. Now, as you can see, these are just some of the things that this man, Mr. Ron DeSantis, has done. And as you can see, it should be a very interesting couple of years in Florida, and with the government in general, and with the government being kind of bad, kind of good, leewaying one way, leewaying another way, it should be very interesting. Of course, Mr. Ron DeSantis is running for president, and if this guy wins the presidential race, I'm going to be very, very sad in a couple years coming to you on a video talking about the possible things that could happen to this country in the next 4 years. And that would be like 2024 through 2028, but you get the idea. But of course, thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe to our notification bell. It's helping me out a little bit. Of course, I'm so happy you decided to click on this video. It's so exciting. I'm really enjoying doing these vids for you guys. I'm going to try and pump them out now that it's summer and now the graduation festivities are all over. But of course, stay loved, stay blessed. Without further ado, I'm going to end this video. Thank you for watching.